Act as if. That is the key. To live in the end not of what might be, but of what already is. For the secret is not in striving, nor in begging, but in assuming. And when you assume the state of the one you desire to be, you give life to that form within. You breathe reality into what the world may still call a dream. But you know it is more real than all appearances. You do not become, you remember, you reveal, you unfold. Destiny is not ahead of you, it is within you, buried like a seed, waiting for recognition, not time. You become what you've always been, not by chasing, but by awakening. And how do you awaken? You wear the feeling. You walk in the rhythm of the fulfilled desire. You speak not as the one seeking, but as the one who has already received. Your senses may lie, but your imagination tells the truth. It whispers to you in stillness, showing you glimpses of the life that has always belonged to you. It is yours now, but it must be claimed, not with effort, but with assumption. Do not wait for the world to change. You change within. Walk through your day as the version of yourself who has already crossed the threshold. Do not look to the mirror for confirmation. The mirror only reflects. It does not originate. Feel it, real. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Assume the tone of the accomplished. Let the inner speech declare it so. Let your thoughts align with the truth you've chosen to embody. The world will follow. It has no choice. For all things follow the imagination. Reality bends to the inner command. You are not creating something foreign. You are calling forth what has always belonged to you. The moment you accept it within, the outer must yield. Life organizes itself around your conviction. The world is plastic to your inner word. Not a single thing can remain as it was once you have shifted within. So dwell in the state of the fulfilled. Occupy it. Rest in it. Think from it. And let that be your only truth. No matter what comes to challenge it, you persist in the assumption. You live from the end, and the end lives in you. You are no longer becoming, you are being. And in being, you awaken to the knowing. This is what I've always been. You do not need to wait for a sign. The only sign is your inner acceptance. The outer world is only ever echo, shadow, reflection. The cause is always invisible, the cause is always within. So the moment you shift in consciousness, the moment you dare to feed it is done. You set in motion the pattern. You strike the match. The fire begins with a flicker, an unseen spark deep in the chambers of your being, and suddenly, without strain, the whole forest of your reality begins to burn with the proof of what you have accepted in silence. Do not be fooled by delay. Delay is not denial. Delay is gestation. A seed must take root before it breaks ground. And while the world tells you nothing is happening, everything is happening. Every thought you consistently hold, every inner word you repeat, every assumption you dwell in, it is working. Not because you begged, not because you performed for it, but because you believed. Because you entered the state. States are the only reality. You do not have to fix the world. You do not have to fix yourself. You only have to move from one state to another, from lack to fulfillment, from longing to knowing, from hoping to being. And the way you move is simple. Through feeling, through assumption, through inner conviction. You act as if. You wear the mask of your fulfilled self, and the mask fuses to your skin. It becomes you, and you become what you have always been destined to be. Destiny is not fate. Fate is passive. Destiny is divine remembrance. It is the soul's agreement with the eternal pattern. You are not here to figure it out. You are here to recall, to awaken, to rise up in the consciousness of who you really are. And who you really are is not small. You are not fragile, you are not behind, you are not late, you are not less than. You are the I am clothed in form, you are the creator clothed in circumstance. And every time you claim I am and follow it with a state, you set the course of your experience. Say, I am wealthy, not because the bank account proves it, but because you know the state creates the proof. Say, I am chosen, not because others have said it, but because you have decided it. You do not need permission, you need awareness. And you do not fall into this way of being by accident, no one does. You are drawn to it by something deeper in you, a memory of truth that no experience could erase. Even when you forgot your power, you were never powerless. Even when you lived in fear, the authority within you waited patiently to be called. And now you call it. Live in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Not once, not as a ritual, not as a performance, but as a way of being. Breathe from it, move from it, respond from it. Do not try to control others. Do not try to change outer things. It is not your job to force anything into place. It is your privilege to assume it already is. The outer world is not your master, it is your mirror. So what do you want it to reflect? If you want to be loved, assume you are. Not later, now. If you want success, carry yourself in the posture of one who already knows the outcome is secure. If you want healing, feel the rhythm of wholeness pulsing through your body and live as though the old story never belonged to you. The mind will argue, the senses will accuse, the facts may screen their case, but you do not negotiate with the former self. You do not argue with appearances. You persist. The persistence is not resistance. It is resting in the truth. It is choosing again and again to dwell in the end. It is refusing to abandon the vision. And when you do this, not once, but as a natural rhythm of life, you change. And when you change, everything follows. You have lived long enough thinking from the outside in. Now is the time to live from the inside out. You are not a product of circumstance. You are the source. You are the cause. And the moment you accept this, the moment you stop looking for someone to save you or something to prove it, the power rushes in, the awareness swells, the illusion collapses. You don't become worthy. You are worthy. You don't become powerful, you are powerful. You don't become chosen, you have always been chosen. You don't need the evidence first, you are the evidence. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, let that be the proof. So act as if. Not to pretend, not to deceive, but to reveal. Because the moment you do, you'll see it was never a lie. It was always true. Your faith doesn't make it true. It recognizes the truth that has no beginning, no end, and no rival. The truth of your divine identity, your sacred pattern, your perfect place in the design of all things. No one can live it for you. No one can give it to you. It must rise from you. And it does the moment you stop waiting. The moment you stop seeking, the moment you dare to say, this is who I am. and then to live accordingly, not just when it's easy, not just when it's logical, but especially when the senses deny it, because the senses are slow. The senses follow the spirit. You must not return to the old self for comfort. That self was built from fear. That self was designed for survival. But you are not here to survive. You are here to expand, to express, to become visible in the full light of your becoming. The world doesn't need your modesty. The world needs your boldness, your authenticity, your unwavering alignment with the greater self. Every time you doubt, come back to the feeling, not the wishful feeling, but the assured one, the feeling of it is done. Not it will be, not I hope it comes, but this is mine, this is me, this is now. And when you walk in that truth, the details arrange themselves, the steps appear, the path unfolds. What seemed impossible becomes effortless, not because you change the world, but because you change the one experiencing it. You will be tempted to return to effort, to push, to prove. But that is the way of the world. The way of the soul is assumption, is inner stillness, is confidence without noise. Do not try to convince anyone, simply live the truth. Let the fruit speak for the tree. Let the transformation speak for itself. You may not see the shift immediately, but the moment you enter the state, the work is done. The mold is set, the seed is planted, and nothing can stop its growth except your doubt. So do not feed doubt, starve it. Feed the vision, water the dream. Sit with the feeling until it becomes more real than the facts, because it is. And it always has been. You do not need to fix the past. You do not need to make up for lost time. You only need to occupy the present from the place of fulfillment. When you do that, time bends, circumstance obeys, and all things conspire to mirror your inner knowing. You begin to walk in favor, in flow, in peace, not because things are perfect, but because you are aligned. And alignment is everything. Alignment with your truest self, with your highest assumption, with the frequency of the fulfilled desire. From there, life becomes simple, not without movement, but without friction. You act, but your action flows from faith, not force. You speak, but your words carry weight because they come from knowing. You move, but only because you are already there, within. You are not practicing this to get somewhere. You are practicing this to remember that you are already there. You are not becoming, you are revealing. And the revelation happens in silence, in stillness, in surrender to the knowing that this is who I am. Oh, when you rise each day, do not rise as the seeker, rise as the one who is already found. When you look in the mirror, do not look for validation, look with the eyes of completion. Let the inner tone match the outer posture, and let your life become the expression of your inner conviction. This is not about fantasy. This is not about tricking the mind. This is about claiming your divine inheritance. And your inheritance is wholeness. And when the world begins to reflect it, you will smile. Not because you are surprised, but because you knew. You knew all along. And you lived as if. And in doing so, you became what you had always been. You are not waiting for your destiny, you are embodying it. Every breath you take in the state of fulfillment carves new grooves in the unseen. And soon the seen must conform. You do not see it because it has happened. You see it because you believed it before it was visible. This is the law. Not man's law, not logic's law, but the divine law of consciousness. That which you accept within must express itself without. It cannot fail. It cannot be delayed unless you delay the assumption. The question is not, how do I get what I want? The real question is, who am I in relation to it? And the consciousness does not understand that it is so, not for questions. You have been conditioned to believe that you are so not for me, but for this. So much so that it is a different. You cannot receive as the unworthy version of yourself. You cannot receive as the doubtful, waiting, questioning version. What you seek responds to your frequency, your stance, your posture. If you live from the assumption that it is already done, the fulfillment draws near like iron to magnet, not through force, but through natural attraction. The moment you shift inwardly, you change the climate of your soul. And as the inner weather changes, the outer must adapt. You do not beg the sun to rise. You do not push the tide into motion. You trust it, because it is law, it is rhythm. And so it is with the unfolding of your desires. They are not maybes, they are not possibilities, they are certainties the moment you assume their end. Do not be double-minded. Do not entertain the lesser thought and expect the greater life. Choose this day whom you will serve, the doubt or the dream. You will know you are in the right state not by what surrounds you, but by how you feel. Not the fleeting emotion, but the settled tone of inner certainty. A calm knowing, a relaxed assurance. Not a hide, not a fantasy, but a deep, stable sense that what you have imagined is already yours. That feeling is the evidence of things not seen. That feeling is the bridge to the new. Many ask, but how will it happen? That is not your concern. The how is the business of the unseen intelligence that governs all things. Your only task is to dwell in the state. The path will rise to meet you. The doors will open. The people will appear. The answers will find you. But you must not leave the end. You must not fall back into wondering. Every time you return to the assumption, you realign with the current that carries all fulfillment. You are not lacking resources. You are not missing steps. You are not behind. You are only ever out of sync when you forget the end. So remember, return, reassume, and live from the place that knows it is done. This is not performance. This is not spiritual strain. This is surrender. To live as if it is already yours is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are not here to chase anything, you are here to become aware that it is chasing you as soon as you become the one who has it. The life you want wants you back. The future you crave is pulling you forward, but it can only meet you in the state of being where you are equal to it. Not greater, not lesser, equal. You meet your destiny on the level of your assumption. Speak from it. Walk from it. Feel from it. Imagine your conversations from the place where the desire is already fulfilled. What are you saying after the breakthrough? What are you thinking after the healing? How are you moving after the door opened? That is where your power lies, in that sacred after which lives within your now. Do not be distracted by what is. What is just the echo of old states, but will be shaped by the now you are choosing. So choose well, choose boldly, choose consistently. Let no appearance talk you out of what you've already declared. The old world may still ring with delay, but you do not answer it. You answer only to the vision, to the inner world you've claimed. And you persist, not because you're desperate, but because you're certain. You do not need evidence to maintain belief. Belief itself is the evidence. Your senses have lied to you long enough. They told you you were small. They told you you were stuck. They told you you were forgotten. But your spirit has always known otherwise. That is why you've come to this knowing. That is why you can no longer tolerate living as less. You have tasted the truth, and now you must live it. You must wear it like a garment until it fuses with your skin. And when the new version of you fully emerges, it will not feel like a surprise. It will feel like a homecoming, a recognition. You will say, of course this is who I am. Of course this is my life. I have lived it within too long to call it strange. You won't need to celebrate it with noise. Your very breath will carry the authority of the fulfilled. Your stillness will become your loudest confirmation. Others will wonder how you did it, and you will know it was never a doing, it was a being. A steady, faithful being. An inner choice made again and again until it became your nature. You became familiar with success, familiar with wholeness, familiar with joy. And what you are familiar with, you no longer resist. You do not need to struggle to believe. You only need to repeat the assumption. Let it impress itself into your subconscious like a seal into wax. Let your imagination live with the vision until it no longer feels separate, until it feels inevitable, until it feels like the only reasonable outcome. And when doubt whispers, because it will, you do not engage. You smile gently and return to the state. You remind yourself who you are. You remind yourself what you've claimed. You remind yourself what you've already seen within. The world may offer 100 arguments, but none can stand against your inner conviction. This is your work, to stay true to the state, to nurture it in silence, to protect it from the noise of the outer world, to become so steeped in the feeling that nothing can pull you out, not circumstance, not delay, not criticism. You live in the end. And from that end, all beginnings are born anew. You become what you have always been, not by adding to yourself, but by removing the doubt, the fear, the forgetfulness. You strip away the false identities. You shed the borrowed beliefs. You rise in the memory of your power, your worth, your divine design. You look not at the storm, but at the light within you. And you move forward not blindly, but boldly, because you are not guessing, you are knowing. You act as if it is not a game. It is not wishful play. It is sacred. It is divine rehearsal. It is the blueprint of manifestation. It is the mind entering agreement with the soul. And when mind and soul align, there is nothing that can remain unchanged. Do not underestimate the still, quiet assumption. It is more powerful than 1,000 actions taken from fear. One moment of true inner alignment will do more for your life than years of outer toil. So rest in it, return to it, and trust the process that unfolds from it. You have waited long enough. You have tried it the hard way. Now try it the true way, the simple way, the way of inner certainty. You do not need to wait for the world to give you permission. It is already done. Walk as if, speak as if, love as if, lead as if, create as if, and live as if. Because the truth is, you already are. There is no waiting in consciousness, there is only being. And in being, all that you sought arrives without strain because it has always been yours. Not a future version of you, not an improved, more deserving version. You, as you are, in your now, are already the vessel through which this divine expression flows. What keeps it hidden is only the refusal to dwell in the state that says, I am. I am is not a statement of hope. I am is a decree. It is a command. It is a creative word that shapes everything in its path. When you say, I am free, the chains that once bound you begin to fall, not because you begged them to break, but because freedom recognized your voice and answered. When you say, I am loved, the loneliness must dissolve, not because you demanded it to go, but because love can only live where it is assumed. The world must bow to the inner declaration. And this assumption is not noisy. It does not beg to be believed. It does not scream to be seen. It is quiet, still, immovable. The true assumption lives in silence, not because it is unsure, but because it is certain. Like a mountain, it rests in its own presence. Like the stars, it knows it shines even when the clouds pass by. You are not trying to convince reality, you are becoming it. The moment you become it within, the world has no choice. It may protest, it may delay, but it must yield, it must rearrange, because it cannot withstand the truth you have claimed. The world does not create your identity creates the world you see. Every shift in state is a shift in creation. When you move into the feeling of the fulfilled desire, you have moved into the only space where creation is complete. You are not making it happen. You are witnessing what has always been finished. The blueprint of your becoming is already written. You do not need to design it. You need only to dwell in it, to walk its halls in the unseen, to visit it in the quiet sanctuary of your own soul, until it becomes more real than what the eyes can offer. See, the world cannot give you anything you do not first accept within. If you long for it, but do not assume it, it stays just out of reach. But the moment you drop the longing and pick up the being, it rushes to meet you. Not because the world changed, but because you did. The moment you say, it is mine, and believe it with your whole being, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it back. Imagination is not play, it is power. It is not escape, it is entry. It is the door to all things real. When you imagine yourself as already being, doing, having the life that belongs to you, you are not escaping into fantasy. You are accessing a deeper truth, a higher dimension where the form is already finished and waiting only for you to claim it. Every image, every inner scene, every felt moment, these are the brushstrokes of reality being painted in the invisible realm. And so you return to that inner image again and again, not because you doubt, but because you are saturating your being with the truth. You are forming the mold in consciousness, and soon the world must pour itself into that mold. It cannot resist the shape you've chosen. It cannot hold back what you've already received within. Do not be fooled by appearances. They are echoes. They are shadows of the past self. They are not your prophecy. You owe nothing to the old world. Let it dissolve. Let it fall away. It served its purpose, it brought you here, but now you must turn your gaze toward the unseen, not because you deny reality, but because you understand what reality truly is. The seen is temporary, the felt assumption is eternal. There will come a moment when you no longer ask, when will it happen? That moment will mark your arrival. Because those who dwell in the end no longer concern themselves with time. They are not counting days. They are not checking for signs. They are the sign. They are the manifestation in motion. The feeling of done carries no need for reassurance. It moves with calm, it breathes with ease, and it does not need to prove itself. You may walk the same streets, sit at the same table, face the same routines, but you are no longer the same. You are living from the end, and in doing so you alter everything around you. Subtly at first, then undeniably. Circumstances bend, people shift, opportunities you once chased now appear, drawn by the magnetism of your inner stance. You attract not by want, but by identity. You have become the version of yourself that all these things naturally seek. And when they come, you will not be surprised, you will not be overwhelmed, you will not feel unworthy, because you will know they are yours by right of consciousness. They are yours because you became the version of you who could receive them. And you did not become that version by accident. You chose. You assumed. You dared to act as if. To act as if is not pretending. Pretending carries doubt. It hopes, it waits. But acting as if is knowing. It is behaving from the knowing that reality is already shaped in your favor. It is moving as one who has already crossed over. When you act from this place, even in small ways, you align every detail of your life with the outcome you have already claimed. And the more you do this, the less resistance you feel. You begin to relax into the version of yourself you once only visited in imagination. It becomes natural. It becomes effortless. You don't have to remind yourself. You simply are. That is the final shift. When you are no longer trying to believe it, you are it. This is not a moment of arrival. This is a state of being, and you can return to it whenever you choose. It is not something you earn. It is something you claim. And you claim it by assuming it, by feeling it, by living it, not just in meditation, not just in journaling, but in every choice, every thought, every step. Let each moment bear witness to the truth you've chosen. I am already who I was created to be. You may look back and see how long you lived in delay, not because the world withheld from you, but because you withheld the assumption. But do not mourn lost time. In this new state, time is no longer your master. What would have taken years can now take weeks. What once seemed distant now stands near. You collapse time by collapsing doubt. You become timeless when you align with the eternal self who already holds all things. You are not powerless. You are not waiting for conditions. You are not waiting for others to change. You are not waiting for approval. You are not waiting at all. You are becoming. And in your becoming, the world bends. The structure reshapes. The vision that once felt like desire now stands in your hands as reality. But this reality was not granted to you. It was revealed through you. You gave it form by your assumption. You animated it by your inner word. You persisted and the world bowed. You believed and the mountain moved. You walked as if, and the way appeared beneath your feet. That is the way of the one who knows who they are. And this knowing is not fragile. It is not shaken by appearances. It does not waver in the face of facts. It is a knowing that runs deeper than evidence. It is a knowing that cannot be taught, only remembered. And you are remembering now, not just who you are, but who you have always been. You have always been the one, the chosen one, the appointed one, the capable one, the powerful one. You did not need to become that. You needed to remember that, and you remember through assumption, through acting as if, through living each moment, not in pursuit, but in possession. Everything you desire already belongs to you in the invisible. Every dream is already complete, every intention already fulfilled. All that remains is the journey of embodiment. And that journey begins now, not with effort, not with striving, but with a quiet, unwavering choice to be who you truly are. You do not reach for the stars, you remember that you are made of them. You do not chase greatness, you assume it. You wear it. You let it inform every gesture, every word, every breath. And as you do, the old world falls away, not in violence, not in struggle, but in quiet surrender to a greater truth. This is how you become what you've always been destined to be. Not by waiting, not by hoping, not by watching the clock, but by living now as if it were done, as if nothing were missing, as if the divine had already whispered yes, and all you had to do was agree.
If you have never clearly known your spiritual gifts, it is because you have not yet dared to believe that what you feel in the stillness of your soul is real. You've waited for a sign, a voice, a lightning bolt, but all the while the whisper within has been speaking, waiting for your recognition. You do not need to find your gift. You are the gift, and all that you are is already within you, seeking expression through the fabric of your imagination. The world teaches you to look outward, to search for evidence, credentials, confirmations. But the law of life is inner causation. You become aware of your spiritual gifts not by chasing them, but by assuming they are already yours. To know your gift, you must first dwell in the feeling of being one who walks in purpose. It is not arrogance to assume what God has already placed within you. It is obedience to the truth of your being. Have you ever felt a pull towards something that made no sense to your logical mind, but stirred something ancient within you, that flicker, that tug, that is not random? That is spirit nudging you back to remembrance, and the more you honor those nudges with belief and embodiment, the clearer your gifts will become. You do not awaken to power. You awaken to the truth that you are power. The gift is not a thing you do. It is a quality of being. It is the essence that flows through your speech, your presence, your silence. Your spiritual gifts do not shout, they resonate. And that resonance only grows when you stop doubting what you feel. You are not trying to become anything. You are remembering who you've always been. Sit with that. Imagine yourself as the one who already knows, already sees, already heals, already creates, and then watch as the world bends to meet that assumption. Not because it changed, but because you did. All spiritual gifts come alive in the field of belief. If you say, I am not gifted, then that becomes the shape of your experience. But if you dare to say, I am anointed, I am sent, I am endowed with divine intelligence, then all of life begins to echo that statement. You teach your mind to recognize your gifts by living from the end, not waiting, but being. The moment you accept that your feeling is the voice of God, you will never again question your gift. You will speak when moved, create when stirred, rest when drawn inward, and it will all be divine. The evidence will follow, the people will come, the confirmation will appear, but it all begins in that silent decision to believe what has been whispering to you all along. You will never fully perceive what is within you until you stop searching as though it is hidden outside of you. You have been conditioned to expect the grand, the external sign, the prophet's call or the laying on of hands. But spirit moves in subtler ways. It whispers in your longings, in the gifts you belittle, in the desires you keep brushing aside as wishful thinking. These are not fantasies. They are signals from the infinite, guiding you back to the core of your divine inheritance. Every time you discount your inner urge, you delay the unfolding of the very gift you were sent here to reveal. You must come to a point where you trust your imagination more than your history, more than your upbringing, more than your fears, because your spiritual gift is revealed not when you have more knowledge, more training, more perfection, but when you simply believe what arises from the secret place of your own consciousness. It is the Father within you doing the work. It is not effort that brings it forward. It is alignment. To align is to say yes, not a yes of striving, but a yes of surrender. You say, yes, I am what I have been told I could be. Not because someone told you with their voice, but because it was written in your spirit before time began. Everything you need to fulfill your divine purpose is already present in seed form. And like all seeds, it does not look like what it will become. The seed of a tree doesn't resemble the tree, but inside it is encoded everything necessary for the towering height, the roots, the branches, the fruit. And so it is with you. You may not yet look like the prophet, the healer, the artist, the teacher, the vessel. But if you dare to imagine yourself as such, to claim it in silence and move from that state, then life has no choice but to mirror it back to you. You must stop waiting for proof. Waiting is a form of denial. It says, I do not yet believe. But the one who knows they are endowed with spiritual gifts moves as if it is already done. They speak from completion, not from hoping. You want to see your gifts in action, then act from the end. If you were already functioning in your gift, how would you feel? How would you speak? How would you carry yourself? Let that version of you become your identity. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Do not confuse humility with hesitation. True humility is obedience to truth, and the truth is, your gift is not yours to hoard or bury beneath layers of doubt. It is yours to embody. There are people whose lives are tied to your obedience, people who will never awaken to their own greatness unless you rise in yours. That is the sacred weight of your calling. It is not about fame or recognition, it is about resonance. You become a tuning fork in the hands of spirit, awakening others simply by vibrating at the frequency of your authentic self. Stop saying, I don't know what I'm called to do. You do know. You have always known. But the knowing doesn't come with loud explanations. It comes with a stillness, an unshakable pull, a deep familiarity with something that no one taught you. That is the sign, that's the indication. Your spiritual gift is tied to the thing that comes naturally to you, that brings peace, clarity, alignment. The thing that makes time disappear when you do it, or brings tears to your eyes when you imagine it. That's not coincidence, that's your map. And once you recognize even the edge of your gift, you must give yourself to it fully. You must become possessed with it. Let it become your meditation, your movement, your mode of being. Don't ask whether it will work. Don't ask whether others will approve. That is the mind's trap. Instead, ask, what would happen if I lived from this truth, and then do it, not just once, but as a daily devotion. Each day, you assume the identity of the one who is already functioning in the fullness of their spiritual gifts. This is how you awaken it, not through striving, but through assuming and embodying. You assume the state of the gifted one, and from that state, everything begins to take shape. You speak with authority because you are that authority. You walk into rooms and the energy shifts, not because of ego, but because of alignment. You no longer seek validation. You become validation. You become the mirror that reminds others of their own divinity. You must stop measuring your gifts against others. Your gift was never meant to resemble anyone else's. It is not your job to compare. It is your job to express, and what you express will be different, but it will be holy, because it flows from your own divine blueprint. The Creator does not make duplicates. The uniqueness of your spiritual gift is the very proof that you are needed. You are not here to mimic. You are here to manifest. Even your struggles have been forming your gift. Every delay, every heartbreak, every silence was shaping something deeper in you. You were not being punished. You were being prepared. You were being hollowed out to carry something higher. So don't curse the path. Don't regret the detours. All of it was calibration. And now you are ready to see with new eyes, ready to call those things that are not as though they are, ready to walk in the unseen and let it mold the scene. There is no outer ceremony more powerful than the inner vow. You don't need hands laid on you. You need to lay hold of yourself. Right now, you can decree it. Right now, you can step into the image you have long carried in silence. That image is not fantasy, it is revelation. It is memory leaking through the veil of time. You are not inventing it. You are recovering it. The moment you feel it, claim it. Don't hesitate. Say, "This is who I am," and let all your actions flow from that inner claim. And yes, there will be resistance, but that resistance is only the dying echo of your former beliefs. Do not make it personal. Do not let it distract you. Let it confirm that the old is falling away. Your job is to persist in the assumption of the new identity, even when nothing around you has yet changed. That is faith. That is the key. The outer world is slow to catch up, but it always does. Your inner claim is the cause. Everything else is the effect. You are not created to be confused. Confusion is the symptom of disconnection, but you are not disconnected. You are simply out of practice. Start practicing belief. Practice holding the image. Practice living as if it is done. Practice gratitude in advance. When you do, your gift will not only become clear, it will become unavoidable. It will move through you with such ease that you will wonder why you ever doubted. It will become your language, your posture, your rhythm, and others will notice, not because you try to convince them, but because truth always reveals itself. Those who are tuned to truth will be drawn to you, and those who are not will fall away, and you must let them. Do not mourn what leaves when you step into your gift. Everything aligned with your former self must be released to make space for what aligns with your true self. That is not loss, that is pruning. Let go of the need for clarity in every step. Your gift will unfold as you move. You are not given the whole picture because the journey is meant to awaken you. If you knew every detail, you would depend on the map instead of the inner compass. Trust the compass. Trust that your next step will be revealed once you take the current one. That's how spiritual gifts work. They move through trust, and trust is not passive. Trust is movement. Trust is saying yes when fear says no. Trust is choosing to act like it's already done, even when your mind screams otherwise. Your gift lives in that space between doubt and action, where you choose belief despite appearances. That is where the supernatural is born. That is where miracles unfold. That is where you meet your true self, fully alive. So do not wait another day. Do not postpone your unfolding. Everything you need is already coded within you. You have but to believe it, and it will begin to shine through everything you do. Speak it, see it, embody it, and let the world be transformed by the reality of who you are. You must understand, your delay in stepping into your spiritual gifts has never been a lack of ability, but a lack of belief. Not belief in something external, but belief in the power already pulsing through your being. And until you honor that power, until you make space for it in your consciousness, it cannot pour forth. Power respects belief. Spirit flows where it is welcomed. You are the gatekeeper. You decide when the dam breaks open. You've been waiting for permission, but who do you think holds the pen? The permission is yours to give. No one can certify what God has already authored in your spirit. Stop rehearsing the question, "Am I qualified?" You wouldn't have the desire if you weren't already equipped. The presence of desire is the proof of capacity. That thing you can't shake, that calling that revisits you in dreams and stillness, that is not fantasy, that is foreknowledge. Do not confuse unawareness with absence. Just because you have not seen the full unfolding of your gifts does not mean they are not there. You cannot see the roots of a tree, yet they uphold the entire structure. Your spiritual gifts have been growing in secret, hidden but never absent, buried but never dead. Now they are pressing against the shell of your old identity, asking to emerge. It may feel like pressure, confusion, urgency, but it is only birth. You are birthing the truth of who you are. The old self will try to cling. It will whisper its old limitations, remind you of who you used to be, what you failed to do, the moments you missed. But that voice belongs to a version of you that no longer exists. Let it go, let it die. Every spiritual gift requires a death of some kind, a death of the ego, the mask, the illusion, but on the other side of that death is resurrection. On the other side is vision. On the other side is divine expression flowing through a willing vessel. You will never discover your gift by analyzing it into being. You must live it. You must move first. The revelation is in the movement. The anointing is in the obedience. Start where you are with what you know, and dare to act as if it is sacred, because it is. Wash the feet of your own calling with reverence. Cleanse your doubts with faith and show up, even if your voice shakes, even if your knees tremble, even if no one sees you yet. Spirit sees you. Spirit recognizes the shape of its own light moving through you. And if you've ever felt out of place, misunderstood, rejected, it is because you were never made to fit where you were. Your spiritual gift sets you apart. It is not a defect, it is a distinction. Those who are sent ahead must learn the language of silence, the weight of invisibility, the wisdom of being hidden. You weren't being punished. You were being shaped in secret, like a blade in the fire. And now the fire has finished its work. It is time to emerge. You must walk differently now, talk differently, think differently. You are no longer operating from guessing. You are operating from knowing. Even if you don't know the entire plan, you know the presence. You feel the stir, the shift, the invitation to become. Trust that more than the world's applause, trust that more than your past, the old you was good enough for survival. But the real you, the you who moves in divine power, is here for awakening, and once you awaken, you cannot return to sleep. You must carry the fire forward. You are not called to convince. You are called to create. The clarity will come as you move. Each step you take in obedience clears the next. You want to see your spiritual gift. Use it, declare it, stretch into it. Refuse to let the fear of imperfection paralyze you. Mastery is not a prerequisite for purpose. Willingness is. Availability is. Show God you're ready and watch how quickly the doors open. And when they open, don't shrink. Don't apologize for your gift. Don't play small to make others comfortable. You were never meant to blend in. You are the disruption, the reminder, the signal of awakening to those still asleep. Your light will make some turn away. That's not your concern. Your concern is to shine, to stand, to speak, to reveal what has been buried for too long. The gift is not just for you. It is for others. It is a torch passed down through the ages, now placed in your hand. Will you carry it? Will you let it burn? Will you walk into dark places and become the light? This is not about titles. It's not about being known. It's about being true. About becoming so full of your divine design that everything false has no room to remain. You'll find that once you walk in your gift, everything else aligns, resources appear, connections surface, insight deepens, because your gift is magnetic to everything assigned to it. But you cannot attract what belongs to your higher self while living from your lower self. Rise, become, speak, imagine, act. Your alignment is your attraction. What you move in moves toward you, and if you are afraid, good. It means you are touching something real. It means you are no longer asleep. Fear is not the enemy. It is the signal that you are standing on holy ground. Let it pass through you, but do not bow to it. You don't need the absence of fear. You need the presence of faith, and faith says, I will move anyway. I will speak anyway. I will show up as if it's done, and let the world catch up to the vision I carry. The vision is sacred, guard it. Do not share it with those who cannot perceive it. You owe no one an explanation for your awakening. Your gift does not need validation to be real. Let the fruit speak for itself. Let your presence teach what words cannot. Let your walk reveal what your heart has always known. You are chosen. You are sent. You are enough, not someday. Now, let go of the pressure to make it all happen at once. Your gift unfolds in layers. Each season reveals a new depth, a new angle, a new capacity. Trust the pace. Trust the unfolding. Don't rush what was designed to be revealed in divine timing. The seed doesn't push to bloom faster, it surrenders to the process. So must you. And remember, your gift is not always loud. Sometimes it is the quiet presence that heals without speaking. The way you see others, the way you carry peace into a room, the way your words break chains not because of volume, but because of vibration. Don't overlook the subtle. Spirit often moves in whispers, in nudges, in impressions that refuse to leave. Listen, trust, follow, and when doubt returns, as it will, go back to the secret place, the place within where you first felt the call, where you first saw the image, where you first believed it could be real. That place is always open, always alive. Return to it again and again until it becomes your dwelling. Let the truth live in you until the noise of the world loses its power. You are not here to fit into the mold of what others expect. You are here to break the mold, to rewrite the narrative, to awaken the sleeping with your presence. And the only way to do that is to be who you truly are. Unfiltered, unapologetic, undeniable. The time for waiting has passed. The time for becoming is now. You are ready. You always have been. You must begin to walk like it is already true. Speak like it is already done. Think from the place of fulfillment, not from the place of longing. That is the secret. Not to try and reach your gift, but to become it. And becoming is not a matter of external transformation. It is an inward assumption that radiates outward. You assume the posture, the frequency, the identity of the one who knows. And because you know, you no longer question. When you say, I don't feel ready, understand that readiness is not a feeling, it is a decision. The ones who wait to feel ready often never move because feelings follow beliefs. You must believe first, then the feelings adjust, then the world begins to conform, the outer responds to the inner. Always your spiritual gifts have been waiting for you to realize that you are the only one with the authority to activate them. Not a ceremony, not a mentor, not a book, you. Yes, others can help reveal what is dormant, but no one can give you what has been yours since, before the foundation of the world. You were knit together with divine strategy, woven with light, with code, with destiny, and now you are waking up to what has always been. The moment you recognize it, even slightly, you must honor it, feed it, protect it, let it grow, and growth is not instant, it is layered, it is seasonal. But with each act of faith, your gift stretches further into form. You do not need signs to believe. You need belief to produce signs. Signs follow those who walk in the Spirit. They are the outflow, not the requirement. Stop chasing the evidence and become the evidence. Be the proof of what happens when someone surrenders to the divine within. That surrender is not weakness. It is mastery. It is the highest form of power. Because when you surrender to your truth, everything unlike it begins to fall away. And that falling away may feel like loss, but it is only clearing. Everything not aligned with your gift will either transform or exit. Let people misunderstand you. Let the old roles collapse. Let the familiar fade. What is leaving cannot hold what is coming. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. This is not the time to cling. This is the time to expand. Expansion requires space. You cannot expand into a life you are afraid to outgrow. Say goodbye to the smallness, to the pretending, to the performance. Say goodbye to waiting for perfect conditions. conditions will never be perfect. You must act now with what you have from who you are. That is enough. It has always been enough. And as you do, you will notice something miraculous. You will feel more like yourself than ever before. Not because you have become something new, but because you've removed what was never real. Your spiritual gift does not ask you to become more. It asks you to become you, the most honest, aligned, unmasked version of you. That is the place where power flows. That is the place where purpose ignites. You do not need to fear failure. There is no failure in divine movement, only learning. Every step, even the messy ones, carries revelation. What feels like misstep is often refinement. You are being refined, not punished. You are being honed, not humiliated. The fire you feel is not meant to destroy you. It's burning away what cannot carry the weight of who you're becoming. Let it burn. Stop praying for clarity if you're unwilling to move in mystery. The realm of spirit is not always linear. It's not always logical, but it is always faithful. You will be led, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. Trust that the same force that called you will guide you. You are not walking alone. You are moving with heaven's rhythm. You are being pulled by a current that predates your birth. And no, not everyone will understand. But they don't have to. Your assignment wasn't given to a crowd. It was given to you. Your spirit knows the way. Your intuition is sacred. Your inner voice is your compass. Do not trade it for the noise of the world. Quiet yourself often. Return to the stillness. There you will hear what cannot be spoken. See what cannot be seen with natural eyes. Your gift was never meant to be caged by fear. Break the cage. Let it breathe. Let it stretch its wings. The more you express it, the stronger it becomes. The more you use it, the clearer it gets. Don't wait to feel worthy. Use it now. You become worthy by walking in it. The worthiness is in the willingness. The purity is in the obedience, and obedience is not performance. It is alignment with truth. You are not behind. You are not too late. You have not missed your moment. Divine timing is never early, never late. And now it is your time, not because everything is perfect, but because you are ready to stop pretending you're not, ready to stop shrinking, ready to stop second, guessing what you know in your bones. The knowing is enough, and that knowing will lead you deeper than anything else. You may feel alone on this path, but you are not isolated. You are chosen, and the chosen often walk roads others cannot understand. That is part of the call. You are forging a trail. Pioneers rarely have maps, but you do not need a map when you have a flame. That inner flame will light the next step. Let it guide you. Let it become the fire in your voice, the light in your eyes, the certainty in your presence. You are not waiting for the world to give you a role. You are stepping into what you've always been. That is your authority. That is your divine right. Move from that place. And as you do, remember that your gift is not for show, it's for impact. It's not about appearing spiritual. It's about becoming so authentic, so aligned, that spirit has no obstruction moving through you. Your gift will make room for you, not because you forced it, but because you embodied it. When you show up fully, space is made. Opportunities recognize you. Doors open not because you knocked, but because your presence declared, I belong here. That is what happens when a person walks in their true nature. The external rearranges to accommodate the internal authority. You must understand the power of declaring who you are, not based on feelings, not based on current circumstances, but based on truth. Speak it aloud daily. Let your own ears hear it. Let your body respond. Say, I am gifted, I am aligned, I am walking in divine power. And when the old thoughts return, answer them. Don't allow them to go unchallenged. They are not facts. They are echoes, and you have the power to silence them with truth. The truth is, you were created with precision. No part of you is accidental. Your personality, your voice, your experiences, your sensitivity, they are not liabilities. They are pieces of the sacred design. Do not curse what Spirit has chosen to use. Do not despise your process. Do not delay your becoming. Your life is not random. Your voice is not wasted. Your path is not without purpose. Every tear you've cried, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, it was all part of the shaping. It was all fertilizer for the gift. Even your mistakes have become medicine. You are not too broken. You are not too much. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where you need to be to rise, right here, right now. This is the ground of activation. This is the soil of becoming. And if you dare to believe it, the unfolding will begin. You will not need to force it. Just stay in agreement, stay in motion, stay in alignment. When you forget, return. When you fall, rise. When you doubt, remember, the gift has not left. The call has not expired. You have not missed the mark. You are being drawn again, because Spirit never stops calling, and now you are listening. So walk forward, not with answers, but with awareness, not with control, but with communion. Move with reverence, speak with fire, love with purity, lead with humility, create with abandon. Your spiritual gift is not a task, it is a river. And now the river is flowing. And now, having heard what your soul already knew, you stand at the threshold, not of something outside you, but something within you. This is not the beginning of your spiritual journey. It is the recognition that it was never paused, never absent, only quiet, waiting for your permission to rise. All that you have sought, clarity, purpose, power, confirmation, has always been closer than breath, embedded in your being, waiting for the moment you would finally believe in yourself the way Spirit has always believed in you. You don't need to strive. You need to remember. You don't need to search. You need to see yourself differently. See your history through the lens of destiny. See every strange longing, every moment of being misunderstood, every hidden ache, as divine signals pointing you home. Your spiritual gift is not foreign. It is familiar. It is the ancient language of your being, the echo of eternity wrapped in your human form. So if you have never clearly known your gift, know this: the knowing begins now. Not with a lightning bolt, not with a booming voice, but with the still, quiet choice to believe that you were never left out, that you were never overlooked, that the divine did not skip you when it handed out purpose. That you too were encoded with brilliance, and now you choose to accept it. You may still have questions, good. Let them keep you curious. You may still have doubt. That's okay. Let it humble you. But don't let either one keep you from beginning. You begin now, not when you feel holy, but when you feel willing. You are not waiting on perfection. You are waiting on nothing. The invitation is open. The light is green. Your soul is saying, it is time. Time to walk in what you carry. Time to shed the fear that has bound you. Time to release the false story of not enough. Time to step boldly into the version of you that has been quietly knocking from the inside. The world is not waiting for someone more polished. It's waiting for someone more true. And that is what your gift demands: truth, your truth. Fully embodied, fully expressed, fully alive. So go. Go not as someone trying to be spiritual, but as someone who finally understands that you already are. Go with trembling if you must, but go. Go with faith, not in some far-off deity, but in the indwelling power that chose you as its vessel. The world is better when you're awake. It is more whole when you take your place. And it is forever changed when one soul dares to remember who they really are. You are that soul. This is that moment. The gift is you, and the time is now. God said, stop looking for work. From now on, it's my duty. You've spent enough time searching, striving, and stressing, wondering where the next opportunity will come from, how you'll make ends meet. But I am telling you now, let go. Stop the frantic seeking and the anxiety that chokes your every thought. I have already set everything in motion for you. You don't need to chase what is already yours. The work you are looking for is within the same flow of abundance that I have already established in your life. You have believed that your power lies in your effort, in your struggle, in your exertion. You've believed that only through hard work, constant action, and endless trying can you secure your place. But let me remind you, the work was never yours to begin with. It is I who have designed the path. It is I who have placed opportunities before you. Your part is not to force or push, but to trust and accept. Your true power lies in knowing that I am with you in every moment, guiding you and bringing forth the right moments at the perfect time. When you release the pressure of doing it all by your own strength, when you surrender the burden of control, you make space for my work to take over. It is not through your struggle that blessings come, but through your alignment with my purpose. I am not a distant force. I am within you, within your thoughts, within your desires. Your true work is to stay in harmony with me, to know in every fiber of your being that I am taking care of all things. I am bringing you the work, the opportunity, the abundance. You will see it unfold when you trust that I am your provider, your source, your constant presence. What you are seeking has already been created. It's all around you, waiting for you to recognize it. Open your eyes to the truth, open your heart to the flow, and know that the work you seek will come to you effortlessly when you stop looking for it. Let go of the struggle, let go of the chase. Everything you need is already in motion. Rest in the knowledge that my timing is perfect. You are being guided, and the work you desire will appear as naturally as the sun rises each morning. Trust the process, trust the timing, and most of all, trust that I am with you always, bringing everything to fruition in the way that is best for you. Do not doubt, do not fear. The moment you release your hold on what you think you need to do, you will see the doors open. They were always there, just waiting for you to stop knocking so loudly and trying to force them open. Now, stand still and allow the perfect work to come to you, as I have promised. Let it unfold naturally, effortlessly, and divinely. When you stop trying to control the process, when you cease your constant worrying and your endless striving, you open yourself to a greater power, a divine force that already knows what you need. It knows the right time, the perfect person, the exact circumstance that will bring you into alignment with your purpose. Stop pushing, stop forcing, and stop thinking that you are alone in this journey. You are not. You are surrounded by unseen hands that are working on your behalf, bringing you closer to your desires with each passing moment. In this moment, you must realize that your thoughts create your world. What you think about and what you believe is shaping everything around you. If you continue to focus on lack, on the idea that you are not yet where you want to be, that you are not good enough, or that the right opportunities are out of your reach, then that is exactly what you will continue to manifest. The universe does not know the difference between your desires and your fears. It only responds to what you send out, to what you focus on. So shift your focus, shift your belief. Know that the work you seek is already here. When you align yourself with this truth, when you recognize the presence of the divine within you, you will stop seeing yourself as separate from your desires. You will understand that the work you long for is part of the larger plan, part of the divine blueprint that has already been written for you. You were born to do this work. You were born to thrive. Every skill, every ability, every connection you need is already within you, waiting to be activated. You simply need to trust that it is already there and that it will come to the surface when the time is right. So why do you worry? Why do you stress over what is yet to come? It is only your fear, your doubts, and your attachments to old ways of thinking that keep you from seeing the truth. You are already aligned with the abundant flow of the universe. You have been blessed with all the resources you need to live a life full of purpose, full of opportunity, and full of joy. But the key to unlocking this is to trust that everything you need is already here, and that all you have to do is step into it. You don't need to go searching for what is already within you. The work, the purpose, the abundance. It is all part of the divine design that I have placed in your life. Every experience, every person you encounter, every situation you face is leading you closer to the work you are meant to do. Your job is not to force it into being, but to trust that it will come, that it is already on its way, and that your role is to be open and ready to receive. If you continue to struggle, if you continue to push and push, you are only resisting the flow of divine timing. You are only working against the natural order of things. You cannot rush the process. The seeds you have planted in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, will take root and grow at the perfect time. You must allow them to sprout in their own season. Trying to speed up the process only causes unnecessary stress, and it keeps you from enjoying the beauty of the journey. So stop. Stop forcing, stop struggling, and stop fearing that the work won't come. I am with you. I have already set everything in motion. What is meant for you will always find its way to you. The doors are already open. The path is already lit. All you need to do is walk through with faith and trust, knowing that I am guiding every step you take. When you release the need to control, you give room for miracles to happen. The work that you are seeking is not out there somewhere in the distance. It's not something that you need to chase after. It is already here, waiting for you to recognize it. I have placed it in your path, just as I have placed everything else you need to fulfill your purpose. You may not see it yet, but that doesn't mean it isn't coming. That doesn't mean it isn't already in motion. The work you seek will show up when you are ready to receive it. And how will you know when you are ready? When you have released the fear, when you have let go of the desperation, and when you have fully surrendered to the knowing that everything you need is already in place. You don't have to go looking for it. It will come to you naturally, effortlessly, as a result of your trust and faith in the process. So stop looking for work. Stop the frantic search, the stress and the fear. Everything is already on its way. Your part is to align with the flow, to rest in the knowledge that I am taking care of all things. Your part is to stay in tune with the divine plan, to trust in the timing, and to remain open and receptive to the blessings that are already in your life. What you seek is already coming. It is already here in the divine timing that I have set for you. The work will come to you when you stop running from it, when you stop thinking that you have to make it happen. It is not about your effort. It is about your alignment with the divine flow. The more you align with your true purpose, the more you will see the opportunities unfolding before you. The more you trust, the more you will begin to notice that everything is falling into place. You are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to fight for everything you want. The universe is abundant and all things are possible. When you stop searching outside of yourself, when you stop chasing after what you think you need, you make space for the right work to appear. And it will appear without effort, without force. It will come to you naturally, like the tides flowing in their perfect rhythm. You don't need to rush. You don't need to worry about the future. You don't need to fear that you won't have enough. You are supported, you are loved, you are guided. Everything you need is already in motion, and all you must do is trust the process. You must trust the work is already here in divine timing. I have already made the way for you. The work that you desire, the work that is your calling, is already here waiting for you. It will find you when the time is right. Your job is to be ready, to remain open and receptive to the flow. When you let go of the struggle, when you surrender your need for control, you will see that the work is already there, quietly waiting to be revealed. The perfect opportunity, the perfect person, the perfect moment will appear when you are in alignment with the truth that you are not alone in this journey. You are part of a divine plan. Your desires, your dreams, your work, they are all part of the larger tapestry of life. And when you stop trying to force it, when you stop searching in the wrong places, you will see that everything is coming to you just as it is meant to. Trust the process, trust the timing, and know that I am with you every step of the way, guiding you, providing for you, and bringing the work that you seek into your life. You have lived long enough in the belief that you must make things happen by your own strength, by your own actions, by your own effort. This belief has caused you to feel tired, drained, and disconnected from the very source of your power. But now it is time for you to recognize the truth. You are not alone in this. You are part of a greater whole, a greater plan, and it is not through your own efforts alone that things come to you. Everything you need, every opportunity, every moment of divine timing is already in place. Your job is not to chase, to struggle, or to force things into being. Your job is to be still, to listen, and to trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. What you seek is already on its way. The moment you release your desperate need to find it, the moment you stop looking for it, is when it will come to you. The universe responds to your state of being, to the energy you send out into the world. If you are in a state of lack, if you are constantly thinking about how you don't have enough, how you are not yet where you want to be, you only perpetuate that lack. But if you can shift your focus, if you can look inward and see that everything you need is already within you, you will begin to see that your reality shifts in response. Stop looking outside of yourself for the answers. The answers are within. The work is already here, waiting for you to recognize it. The opportunities you desire are already set in motion. They have been planted for you, and now it is time to allow them to grow. Trust that they are on their way, and know that your part is simply to remain open, to trust in the unfolding, and to surrender your need to control the how and the when. It will come, and it will come at the perfect time. When you think you need to do everything on your own, when you think that it is all up to you, you close yourself off to the infinite possibilities that are available to you. You forget that there is a greater force at work, a force that is infinitely more powerful than your own. This force is guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you in ways you cannot always see. The opportunities you are waiting for are being made ready for you in ways that are beyond your comprehension. You may not see it now, but everything is being orchestrated in your favor. The job, the work, the calling that is meant for you. It is coming. Let go of the notion that you have to force things. Let go of the belief that you must exhaust yourself in pursuit of something that you believe is missing. What you need is already here. It has always been here. It is within you. All that is required of you is to recognize it, to allow it to come to you without resistance, and to trust that it is already in the process of manifestation. When you stop looking for work, when you stop looking outside yourself for the answers, you allow the divine to step in. You make space for the guidance, for the opportunities that will present themselves in the perfect moment. Everything is already in motion. The work you seek is being prepared for you. It will appear at the right time, in the right place, and you will know it when it does. You do not have to worry, you do not have to search, and you certainly do not have to chase after it. The work will find you, just as everything else that is meant for you will. Think about all the things you have desired in your life. The love, the abundance, the health, the success. Did you have to chase them? Did you have to force them to come into being? No. They arrived when you were ready. They arrived when you allowed them to come into your life without resistance, without fear, without desperation. The same is true now. The work you seek is already yours. It is coming to you, as it always has, in divine timing. The only thing standing in the way of receiving it is your belief that you must make it happen. Your belief that you are not worthy, your belief that you must work hard and fight for what is rightfully yours. These beliefs keep you stuck in a state of lack, of anxiety, and of fear. When you let go of those beliefs, when you step into the truth that you are worthy, that you are supported, and that everything is already aligned for your success, you will begin to see the work you desire come to you effortlessly. Do not fear that you will miss the opportunity. Do not fear that the door will close. The doors will always be open for you. There is no shortage of opportunities, no lack of abundance. The universe is abundant, and it is always working in your favor. What is meant for you will never pass you by. It will find you in its perfect time, in its perfect form. All you have to do is stay open, stay receptive, and trust that it is already on its way. It is time to let go of the old mindset, the one that tells you that you have to struggle, that you have to work hard, that you have to fight for what you want. The truth is that the more you struggle, the more you fight, the further away you push the very thing you seek. It is only when you let go, when you release the need for control, that the work you desire will come to you. It is only when you allow the universe to work its magic that the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances will line up in your life. You are worthy of the work you seek. You are worthy of success, of abundance, of love. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to prove it. You simply have to recognize that it is already yours. The universe is abundant, and it is always providing for you. It is your job to trust in the process, to trust in the timing, and to trust that everything you need will come to you when the time is right. You may not know how it will happen. You may not know when it will happen. But that is not for you to figure out. The how and the when are not your concern. Your concern is to stay aligned with the truth, to stay aligned with your purpose, and to stay open to the flow of abundance that is already on its way to you. So stop looking for work, stop searching, stop struggling, let go of the idea that you need to force things into being. Trust that the work you seek is already here, already in motion, and will manifest in your life at the perfect time. You are already on the path. You are already aligned with the work that is meant for you. Trust the process, trust the timing, and know that everything you need will come to you when you are ready to receive it. You are not alone in this journey. You are not meant to do this by yourself. You are supported by the universe, by a divine force that is working on your behalf every moment of your life. Trust in that support. Trust in the divine timing of all things, and trust that the work you seek will come to you effortlessly, naturally, in its own perfect time. Let go of the fear, let go of the doubt, let go of the need to control. The work is already on its way. When you release the need to push and force, when you stop trying to manipulate circumstances with your will, you open the door to something far greater than you can imagine. The divine timing that is unfolding right now is far more powerful and intelligent than anything you could attempt to control. The world has a rhythm, a flow, a natural order that is working in your favor every moment. When you try to force things to happen in your own time, you disrupt that rhythm, you step out of sync with the universe's greater plan. But when you trust, when you let go of your grip on how things should unfold, that's when you allow the universe to deliver exactly what you need. Think about the moments in your life when things fell into place without you forcing them. Perhaps it was an opportunity that arrived unexpectedly, a connection that seemed to happen by chance, or a moment of insight that brought you clarity when you least expected it. In those moments you were in flow, you weren't pushing, you weren't struggling, you simply trusted the timing, and everything unfolded naturally. You didn't need to worry about how or when it would come. You just allowed it to happen. The same truth applies now. The work that you desire will come to you when you stop striving for it and start aligning with the abundance that is already yours. There is no need to force the door open when it is already unlocked. All you must do is turn the handle and step through. The work you are seeking has been created for you, just as everything else in your life has been designed to support you. You do not need to look elsewhere for the work that you are meant to do, because it is right here, unfolding in front of you. The only thing standing between you and the manifestation of this work is your own resistance. Your resistance to the divine timing, your resistance to the flow of the universe, your resistance to letting go and trusting that what you need is already in motion. When you think you must work harder, when you think you must continue searching, you are simply resisting the divine order that is at work. The universe does not require you to struggle. It does not require you to force things to happen. It only requires you to trust, to be patient, and to remain open to the abundance that is already here. Everything you need is already in the process of coming into your life. It is a matter of being in alignment with that truth and allowing it to manifest in the perfect time. Think of the process of planting a seed. You don't force the seed to grow. You don't dig it up to see how it's doing. You simply plant it in fertile soil, water it, and wait. In time, the seed grows into a beautiful plant, but it takes time. You cannot rush the process. In the same way, you cannot rush the work that is meant for you. It is already planted, it is already in motion, and now all you must do is trust that it will grow in its own perfect time. Just as you cannot rush the growth of a plant, you cannot rush the manifestation of the work you desire. It will come when it is ready. You do not need to rush the process, and you do not need to worry that it will never come. The work is already on its way, and it is finding its way to you as you let go of your need to control how and when it arrives. The more you try to force it, the more you push it away. The more you focus on the lack, on the belief that it's not here yet, the more you create resistance. But when you relax into the flow, when you allow yourself to simply be, you will see that the work is already here, waiting for you to step into it. Let go of the old stories that tell you that you have to earn everything, that you have to struggle to be worthy, that you have to fight for what you want. These stories are lies. They are based in fear, in doubt, in the belief that you are not enough. But the truth is that you are more than enough. You are worthy of all the work, all the abundance, all the success that you desire. It has always been yours. The universe is abundant, and it is always providing for you. All you must do is align with that truth and allow the work to come to you naturally. When you align yourself with the truth of your own worth, when you recognize that the work you seek is already yours, you begin to see the doors open. You begin to see the opportunities that have always been around you, just waiting for you to notice them. You stop looking outside yourself for validation, for confirmation, for the external signs that the work is coming. You know that it is already here. You know that it has already been created for you. You simply need to be patient and trust the timing. The moment you stop looking for work, the moment you release your attachment to the outcome, is the moment that the work will find you. The opportunities you seek are already in the process of aligning with your path. The more you trust, the more you open yourself up to receive, the more the work you desire will unfold before you. The universe is not withholding anything from you. It is not keeping opportunities just out of your reach. Everything you need is already here in the works, waiting to manifest in your life. Your job is to stay present, to stay open, and to stay in alignment with the belief that everything is already being prepared for you. The work will come when you are ready to receive it. It will come when you stop forcing it, when you stop worrying about it, and when you trust that everything is unfolding in divine timing. There is no lack in the universe. There is no shortage of opportunity. What is meant for you will always find its way to you. The key is to trust, to let go of your doubts and fears, and to know that the perfect work is already on its way to you. Trust in the abundance that surrounds you. Trust in the infinite possibilities that are already at your fingertips. Trust that the work you seek will find you when you stop looking for it. You are not alone in this journey. The universe is always with you, guiding you, supporting you, and leading you toward the opportunities that will fulfill your purpose. Everything you need is already set in motion. You do not have to chase it. You do not have to force it. All you have to do is trust that the work will come when you are ready to receive it. And in the meantime, let go of the fear, the doubt, and the need to control. Allow the universe to do its work, and know that everything you need is already in motion. Stop looking for work. The work you seek is already coming to you. Trust in the process. Trust in the timing. Trust in the divine order of all things. And when you do, you will see the doors open, the opportunities unfold, and the work that is meant for you come to you effortlessly. It is already here, waiting for you to step into it. All you need to do is trust and allow it to flow into your life. When you start to truly understand that you are not separate from the universe, that your desires are already a part of the divine plan, you will stop fighting against the flow of life. The universe does not need to be pushed, prodded, or forced. It is already moving with perfect precision, aligning every opportunity, every relationship, every circumstance to bring you exactly what you need. The work you seek is already on its way, and it is ready to find you, but only when you stop resisting it. Only when you stop believing that you must do it all alone, that you must find it on your own, that you must chase it and make it happen. You were never meant to struggle to get what you desire. You were never meant to sacrifice your peace, your joy, or your well-being in the pursuit of something that is already yours. The work you desire is not distant from you. It's not hidden in some far-off place you need to find. It is within you. It has always been within you, waiting to be unlocked at the perfect time. The more you align yourself with the truth of this, the more you will begin to notice the subtle shifts, the quiet moments where opportunities present themselves, where doors that were once closed swing wide open. The challenge is not that the work is not there, or that it is somehow unattainable. The challenge is the illusion that you must force it into existence, that it will not come unless you work tirelessly for it. This illusion has been ingrained in you for years, passed down from generation to generation, and it has kept you in a cycle of fear, of scarcity, and of self-doubt. But now is the time to break free from that cycle. Now is the time to release the belief that you must control everything, that you must chase after what is already yours. Every step you take in the direction of trust, in the direction of allowing the universe to guide you, takes you closer to the work you seek. Every moment of surrender, every moment where you release your doubts, every moment where you stop trying to control the outcome, is a moment where the work begins to flow toward you. The universe does not need you to force things. The opportunities you desire are already here, waiting for you to step into them with open arms, with trust and with faith. If you can learn to trust, truly trust, that the work you seek will appear when you are ready, you will see how effortlessly it all falls into place. The key is not in trying to control, but in allowing. Allowing yourself to be guided, allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to trust that everything you need will come when you are ready to receive it. This is the divine law of attraction at work. When you align with your true purpose, when you align with the understanding that you are deserving of all the good that the universe has to offer, the doors will open and the work you are meant to do will find its way to you. You must start seeing yourself as part of this magnificent flow. You are not an outsider trying to force your way into something that is meant for someone else. You are an integral part of the universe, and everything that is meant for you is already yours. The opportunities you seek, the work you long for, are all already in motion, working their way toward you in divine timing. The moment you let go of the belief that you must chase after it is the moment you open yourself to the divine flow. The moment you allow the work to come to you in the perfect time. Think of how many times in your life you have desired something, only to find it come to you effortlessly when you least expected it. Maybe it was a job offer, a relationship, a moment of clarity or inspiration that led you to exactly where you needed to be. These moments came to you not because you chased them, not because you forced them, but because you were in alignment with your true self. You were in alignment with the universal flow, and the work or the opportunity that you desired arrived naturally. You didn't have to push, you didn't have to force, and you didn't have to struggle. It arrived when it was meant to. Now, in this moment, it is time to remember that truth. The work you seek is already on its way. The key is not in searching outside of yourself, but in trusting that everything you need is already within you. You already have the skills, the abilities, the resources, and the potential to do the work you are meant to do. The opportunities you need are already in motion, and they are finding their way to you, guided by the divine intelligence that is always at work on your behalf. It is time to stop looking outside yourself for validation, for confirmation, or for evidence that the work is coming. It is time to stop doubting and start trusting. Trust that the work is already here. Trust that it is unfolding at the perfect time, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment. Everything is working together for your good, and the work you seek is already in process. When you surrender to this truth, when you allow yourself to rest in the knowledge that everything is already unfolding as it should, you will find that the opportunities you desire begin to manifest with ease. You will begin to see the doors opening, the people entering your life who can help you along your path, the circumstances shifting in your favor. And all of this will happen not because you worked harder or chased it down, but because you allowed it. You aligned yourself with the flow of the universe, and the work you seek has no choice but to find its way to you. The more you surrender to the truth that everything you need is already within you and already on its way, the more you will see the power of divine timing at work in your life. The more you stop struggling, the more you will allow the universe to deliver exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. The work will come to you, and it will come with ease, grace, and beauty. In the silence of trust, in the stillness of knowing that everything is already here, you begin to notice the subtle shifts. You begin to notice the opportunities that were always there, waiting for you to recognize them. You begin to see that the work is not something you must search for, but something you are simply waiting to step into. It is already yours. It has always been yours. All that was needed was for you to trust, to let go of the illusion of struggle, and to allow the work to find you in the perfect time. The divine timing is never wrong. It is always perfect. It is always aligned with your highest good, your purpose, and your desires. The work you seek will find you, just as everything else that is meant for you has already found its way into your life. Trust that the universe is working in your favor. Trust that the divine intelligence that is at the heart of all things is guiding you, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. When you stop looking for work, when you stop searching for something outside of yourself, you open the space for it to come to you. It is already here. It is already in motion. Trust in the timing, trust in the process, and trust in the truth that the work is already yours. You do not need to chase it. It is already on its way. Let it come to you, let it unfold, and know that it will arrive at the perfect moment, just as everything else in your life has arrived at the perfect moment. You've spent so much of your life believing that you have to be the one to make things happen, that you must push, strive, and claw your way to success, to fulfillment, to the work you desire. But this is a myth, a belief that has kept you in a state of struggle, in a state of lack. The truth is that the universe is always working on your behalf. It's always moving things into place, aligning your path, and creating opportunities for you in ways you cannot see. But you cannot receive what you desire if you are too busy forcing things to happen. You cannot receive the work you seek if you are caught up in the illusion that it is not already on its way. Think about it for a moment. Think about all the times in your life when things fell into place effortlessly, when you were in the right place at the right time, when opportunities appeared before you like a door opening wide. Did you force those moments to happen? Did you struggle to create them? No. They came to you naturally because you were in the right vibration, the right state of mind, the right flow with the universe. And now, the same is true for the work you desire. It is already being prepared for you. It is already in motion. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to force it. Your role is simply to trust that it is already on its way, to trust that it will come to you in the perfect time and in the perfect form. Every moment you spend worrying about when it will come or how it will come is a moment that takes you further away from the truth, that everything you desire is already in process. The work is already being prepared for you. All that is required is for you to relax, to let go, and to trust that the universe is always working in your favor. You are part of a divine flow, a greater plan that is constantly unfolding in your life. You are never alone in this journey. You have the support of the universe, the guidance of your inner wisdom, and the assistance of forces that are beyond your comprehension. The work you seek is already yours. The job, the calling, the purpose. It is already in motion, finding its way to you. The key is to stop looking for it, to stop searching outside of yourself for what is already being delivered to you. The more you stop looking, the more it will come to you. You must release the need to control, the need to know how and when it will happen. When you try to control, you block the very flow of abundance that is meant for you. You are telling the universe, I don't trust you to take care of this for me. I don't believe that everything is already working in my favor. But when you release that control, when you open yourself up to receiving without limitation, that is when the work will come to you effortlessly. Every moment you try to push, every moment you feel the need to make things happen, you are resisting the flow of life. You are resisting the divine timing that is already unfolding. You don't need to push. You don't need to make things happen on your own. You need to trust that the work is already there, that the right opportunities will appear at the perfect time, and that you are already on the path to receiving them. Trust is the key. Trust that you are already worthy of everything you desire. Trust that the universe is abundant, and there is always more than enough for everyone. There is no shortage of opportunity, no shortage of success. There is only abundance. And when you let go of your need to control, when you release your grip on the outcome, you will find that opportunities begin to appear with ease. The work you desire is already coming to you, but the truth is that many of us struggle with trust. We've been conditioned to believe that we must work hard for everything, that we must earn everything we want, that nothing comes easily, but this is simply not true. Everything you desire is already in motion. Everything you need is already on its way to you. The key is to trust that the universe is always working in your favor, to trust that the divine timing will bring everything to you when the time is right. When you let go of the struggle, when you stop pushing and forcing, you allow the space for what you desire to come to you. You create an open channel for the work to find you and for opportunities to manifest effortlessly. All you have to do is stay in alignment with your purpose, stay in alignment with your desires, and trust that the universe is already aligning everything for you. There is no need to chase after it. There is no need to worry about when it will arrive or how it will arrive. Your only job is to stay open, to trust, and to be present in the moment. Everything you need is already on its way. It has always been on its way. The work you desire is already being prepared for you. The only thing standing in the way is your own belief that you must make it happen. Let go of the belief that you are not enough, that you are not worthy of success, that you must work tirelessly to earn the life you desire. These beliefs are holding you back. They are preventing you from receiving what is already yours. When you stop looking for work, when you stop seeking outside yourself for the answers, you will see that everything is already in motion. Everything is already unfolding in the perfect time and in the perfect way. Trust that the universe is always guiding you toward the work you desire. The opportunities you seek are already being created for you. The key is to stop looking for them and to trust that they will find you. You do not have to chase after your dreams, your desires, or your purpose. They are already on their way to you. And when you stop looking, when you stop forcing, that is when the work will find you. Everything in your life has led you to this point. Everything that has happened, every experience you've had, has been part of the divine plan to bring you to the work you are meant to do. It's all unfolding as it should. The work you seek is already in motion, and it will arrive when the time is right. The more you trust in the process, the more you align with the understanding that everything is already unfolding perfectly, the more you will see the work you desire begin to show up in your life. Trust that it is already happening. Trust that it is already being prepared for you. The only thing left for you to do is to allow it. Allow it to come to you. Allow it to unfold naturally. When you stop looking for work, when you stop searching for something that is already yours, you open yourself up to receive it. The work is already here. The opportunities are already aligned for you. You just have to trust in the timing. You have to trust that everything you desire is already on its way to you. The universe is abundant, and there is more than enough for everyone. The work you seek is already in process, already moving toward you. You do not need to chase it. You do not need to force it. All you need to do is trust, to surrender, and to allow it to find you. Everything is already on its way. And so, as you stand in this moment, remember that you are not here to struggle, to fight, or to force what is already yours. The work you desire, the purpose you seek, the opportunities that align with your soul are already being prepared for you. The universe is already conspiring on your behalf, guiding you, orchestrating the perfect conditions for your success, your fulfillment, your joy. You are worthy of everything you desire, and you do not need to chase after it. It is time to let go of the old beliefs, the old stories that have told you that you must work hard, that you must prove your worth, that you must sacrifice your peace in order to receive your blessings. Those beliefs have only kept you in a cycle of waiting, of struggle, and of doubt. It is time to stop looking outside of yourself for the work that is already within your reach, already in the process of unfolding. Trust in the divine timing. Trust in the natural flow of the universe. Trust that the work you seek is already coming to you, and all you need to do is allow it to manifest in its perfect form and in its perfect time. Stop looking for it. Stop chasing after it. Instead, surrender to the flow, embrace the present moment, and allow the universe to bring what is already yours to you with ease and grace. The work will find you when you stop looking for it. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the peace of knowing that everything is unfolding just as it should. You are exactly where you need to be. The work is already yours, and it is on its way to you. All that remains is for you to trust, to surrender, and to open yourself up to receiving it with an open heart. Let go of the need to control. Let go of the fear that it will never come. Trust in the abundance that surrounds you, and know that the work you desire is already in motion, finding its way to you. You are not alone in this journey. The universe is with you always. And when you trust in that truth, you will see the work you seek flow into your life effortlessly, just as it was always meant to.